Hey, Spitwads. Look, you've watched the show. You've listened to the show. I'm sure by listening to the show, you can tell we have three beautiful beards. All three of us, we maintain these beautiful beards because it does take a little bit of effort, and luckily we have Beard Club to help us out. They are the leader in Beard First men's growth and grooming, quality hardware, consumables that'll help you get a better, thicker, and fuller-looking beard. Look, I got the Beard Club products, and it just changes the way that I live my life because my beard is no longer a scraggly mess. It's something that is not just thicker and fuller looking. It's something that's softer and is well maintained. And they sent me this amazing PT45 trimmer that is so easy to use, and it genuinely works well. It doesn't pull my hairs out. It's very sturdy. It's got a great battery life. Look, you got to check them out. They have served over 2 million beards, Al. Al also has a spectacular beard and uses the Beard Club product. So grow your best beard today and take 20% off your first order when you go to beardclub.com/ballers and use the code BALLERS. That's beardclub.com/ballers, code BALLERS for 20% off your first order.
What happens when three buffoons give life advice, explore unrealistic situations, and give random topics more thought than they probably deserve? It's the Spitballers Podcast with Andy, Mike, and Jason.
Now, woo! You went with the singer thing where you plug one ear to hear yourself better, even though we have
in-ears already.
We have in-ears. We have earbuds on.
Right.
Did Jeremy turn the music off for you while you did that scat?
No.
It was on.
It was completely on, yeah. Yeah,
And-
I know. Impressive.
And Al Borland.
While you were doing the scat, the music was still on.
I believe so.
Okay.
Al, you said you loved that one?
One of the worst.
Okay, all right. Spitballers episode 213. I view this show through a single lens, okay? And it is before 212 and after 212. We are living in a post-defeating Al Borland time of life, and it is the meadows, they're filled with flowers.
We're winners.
Ask me if I cared how that scat went.
Jason, did you care about that scat?
What scat? What? It
Oh.
doesn't even matter.
Because
Only-
it's post-212.
It's post-212, baby.
We don't care about things anymore.
Before Al and
That's
after Al.
That's right. Don't care about nothing.
Would you rather? That's a great question, and we are drafting the coolest fictional monsters on today's show. So that is a, well, there's a lot. There's a lot to choose from. Like just picking 4 monsters.
And some
It'll
of
be
these
difficult.
some could be real. I'm sure there's some on your list that maybe you do believe they're real.
You're saying because they
These
they
are-
haven't been discovered.
Yeah, these are.
Some of them have been discovered.
Yeah, these are monsters that they're allegedly
Right,
fictional.
allegedly fictional. Because
Well,
of
I'm-
the cover-up.
Yes.
I'll be curious to find out what you guys select. Jason will have the first pick today. You can find us on Twitter at SpitballersPod, Instagram.com/SpitballersPod, and join the Spit.com if you want to support the community. Send in your, we're always eager to have your draft ideas, your would you rather questions, any suggestion you have at all.
Your scat ideas.
Yeah, those
was
will be.
Was that from a listener or was that?
Oh, you could have
Jason
blamed
original?
a listener.
Totally a listener. Yeah. That one was not my fault at all. It was listener B
Nice.
BG
Nice
2223.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah.
Really good work.
Thank you.
All right. Well, anything else?
Could have gone Fred.
Yeah, but there's too many usernames for that to work.
All right. Let's get it going.
Would you rather?
Kyle from the website. Would you rather discover and explore an ancient pyramid or an old shipwreck?
Ooh.
Can you? So okay, first of all, education time.
Always
I think
here
there
on
are-
the Spitballers.
Yeah, I mean that's what this is listed as an educational
Yes,
podcast,
yeah.
right? Okay.
3 credits.
There are insides to pyramids.
Yes.
Yeah, like right.
Do you
That's
know?
what I'm saying.
Okay. No. Okay. So educational. Do you know the
It's like a
use.
tomb, right?
Yes,
It's
okay,
a giant tomb, but
So if you know it's a tomb, you know that someone goes in the tomb.
well, people go in a grave doesn't mean you can explore in the grave.
Well,
think-
you could
I
if you
think we're-
got a shovel.
Look, my ambiguity around the pyramids' insides, as Jason said, is how spacious are they? Like, are we talking? It's pretty. It's a couple narrow hallways and a tomb, or is there a lot of? I mean, those pyramids are gigantic. This is
to
not like a
imagine.
Costco, right? Like you can't. There's not a lot of, space.
There's some space.
They're not
There's,
vaulted ceilings, are they?
I think
What's
a
the
little
lighting
bit.
like in there? They got a lot of
Very
skylights.
very minimal. In pitch darkness. I mean, they got like fake doors, and I think there's booby traps and things.
Well, there's definitely booby traps. You don't build a tomb and just let people come through
Right.
scot-free. No, you got to get them.
Yeah, because killing others is the key to a good tomb.
Well,
Look, here's
I
the
gotta
thing.
protect my final resting place.
Do you?
Oh, for sure. If you're
If you
building
paid
a
for a
pyramid,
pyramid.
yes,
Yeah.
you don't get a pyramid and not care about your final resting place. It's kind of really important.
Do
to
you
you at that
realize?
point.
And I don't have any sort of actual like weights and measures to explain all of this, but I had watched some recent videos about the creation of the pyramids, and it's perplexing how
how the aliens came?
I mean, it really like the argument that the aliens built the pyramids might be the most logical of the other arguments, because the only thing that I could conclude after realizing how precise, because the pyramids are precise, right? And they have massive, massive stones that are difficult to move anyways, right? Like it doesn't make any sense that we could have moved them. And then they have to be placed so precisely that, look, a pyramid, you're off a little bit and it doesn't go up to a point, right? Like it has to be mathematically perfect.
You can't just fudge that into place.
No,
It's
you
not
can't just like
it's not a 2x4 and you give it a little hip check and
this
it
is not
slides
like
right in.
when I hang a picture on the wall and I put about 4 different nail holes before I find the right one. What I'm saying though is that I think what happened is there is a technology that we have developed and lost. That's my final conclusion.
Something like a crane.
No, not like a crane. Like there's some form of moving heavy objects or precisely placing them that we invented, and we being the world, humans,
Right.
and then we've lost it to
No,
time.
It was.
Do you think the secret is buried inside the pyramid?
It might be, or the
A bunch of
secret-
cranes in there.
The secret also might be just treat humans horrifically bad and force them to do things against their will.
I don't think slave labor is the only explanation.
Yeah, there is some there's some magic to the specificities, but I am looking at an inside layout map
Of a pyramid?
the pyramids.
Is there booby traps?
For sure.
Yes.
They're
Okay.
everywhere. But I will say this.
Can't step anywhere without stepping into a booby trap.
There is the majority of the insides is solid.
Yes.
So there's like tiny hallways and corridors leading up to the king's chamber. That is not a place I want to be. This
So
is not.
You wouldn't want to explore this.
No, I would not want to explore this. You know what pirate ships have?
Booty.
Pirate treasure.
You know what's.
Yeah, but
you're
you got-
also underwater.
Yeah, you got to get in a
Maybe.
scuba suit.
Maybe
No, it's
it
not
doesn't
maybe.
say I found it at the bottom of the sea. What if I'm on a
It's a shipwreck.
shipwrecked into an island? It's like, check this island out. Oh, there's a shipwreck there ashore. The ship washed ashore.
Okay,
and
all
boom,
right.
bam.
All right. I mean, Mike, genuine answer for you. Would you rather explore a shipwreck? Now, look, Jason, I'm not letting you off the hook for this on the island
Yeah.
shipwreck, because if it's on the island and it's been there a while,
That's a parked ship.
yeah, and
It's
there's
not wrecked.
no, I'll let it be on the island, but I just want you to know when you discover it, there will be spider webs and spiders all up in that thing.
That's true.
If it's on the
That is true.
island,
Island spiders.
Island
Yeah.
spiders can get big.
they really can.
Human-sized.
Well, let's not get out of control here. We're not to the monster draft yet.
You ever seen what island was that? What island was that?
Spider Island.
No. It's not Madagascar.
Giant Spider Island.
Dang it! I can't think of the island where all the sizes of the animals got thrown off because it was a completely isolated island.
Is this fictional?
No, it's got the pygmy elephants.
Really?
Yeah.
The size of the animals on the island got thrown off.
Yes. Absolutely.
Because of what?
Because the island was completely isolated.
So
Okay,
and so it had a different
so they
evolution.
so
like-
it's too small. The
Yeah,
island.
I'm looking it up.
Okay.
You guys talk.
So well, it would have to be too small if they all adjusted to the small size.
I don't know how fascinated I really am with the innards of the pyramid. And I feel like that's the more rare, obviously as far as, human historical significance, it's far
You'll
bigger.
find treasure in both of these.
Sure. But I don't care about the insides of the pyramid. I like just on a personal level.
Sure.
I care about the outside of the pyramid. I want to see it, but I don't want to go in it. A pirate ship, I would rather be in than see from a distance. I want to explore a pirate ship. So that's the easy answer for me. And you know what? I won't even go to the parked pirate ship on the tropical awesome Spider
okay, thank
Island.
you.
You'll go underwater.
I'm going underwater because I recently, not super recently, but like a year ago or so, went, and I know this is very different, but I went snorkeling. So I'm up at the surface of the water.
Yeah.
But I thought snorkeling would be something I would not care about. Just boring. You're skimming the surface of the
you're
water,
just-
looking underwater. Like, so what?
How was it?
Freaking incredible. It was unbelievable.
There you go.
And I mean, the life that was all around everything that was sunken, like if there where I was, there was a sunken something like an anchor and all this life and fish all around it. It was just it blew my mind.
So you
as
would
someone
enjoy
that thought I wouldn't like it,
the
loved
shipwreck.
it.
Yeah.
And I think I would really enjoy scuba diving,
Oh,
even
for
though
sure.
And there's no sharks in the pyramid though.
there's no sharks in the pirate ship either. It's very I'm inside the ship. Safe. Don't
Have
have
you seen the Chipmunk Adventure?
I haven't. Are there sharks in the pirate
There's
ship?
definitely a shark.
Mike, I know you shared that there's this dwarfism
Yes.
on animals on this island. How do we know that they didn't start on the island and just get bigger everywhere else?
I do not know.
Okay.
Final
vote. I'm going to go pyramid. Mike?
I think it just comes down to the prestige. If you explore a pyramid, the Curse of the Mummy, I mean, like if you open up the sarcophagus, there is a
Right.
great chance that you're going to perish.
It's 50-50 on the
Terribly.
cursing. Yeah.
Dude,
This is a monster draft episode.
Pirates now.
They curse you as well, though,
Do
right?
they?
Davy Jones's locker or something?
Well, that's just a metaphor for I'm going to throw you into the ocean.
with a curse.
I don't think there's curses involved with pirates. Not a lot of witches on those pirate ships.
Again, I know the Pirates of the
Tortuga?
Caribbean, they've added in curses and stuff, but that's
Yeah.
new. That's new wave pirates.
All right. This is,
That's
I think,
not
as
old
far as we
school.
can go on this one.
I'm going with
final
the
answer.
I'm going with the pirate ship. I feel like if you explore a pyramid, there's going to be like appropriately so the culture where that pyramid belongs. They're going to say that this stuff belongs to
consecrating the
yeah.
dead.
Like, well, it's their stuff.
Yeah.
If it's a pirate ship, I was going to say it was not marked. It's now this is my pirate gold.
They probably stole it anyways.
Yeah, you didn't steal it. You found it.
Yeah, I'm about
many-
to Robin Hood.
How many layers
Give
of something
Rob to-
being
give to
stolen until it doesn't belong to the original owner?
I think two.
Two?
Two?
Yeah. I just got to steal from the thief,
Wait,
and
so-
it's mine.
So wait, if I take your mug and then Al takes it from me,
That's Al's. That's Al's mug.
oh, that's one then,
no.
that's
I feel
only
like
one
that's
step.
two. You stole first.
and he stole
He
second.
stole second.
So
Two.
you could one. Oh man,
Yeah, I think
That's tough.
yeah.
is that how it works in a pawn shop when they turn stuff into a pawn shop and you go and buy it from them?
You just need deniability that you did not
Oh,
steal
'cause
from
they
the
didn't
original
steal it. They
owner.
paid for it in the pawn shop.
That's
Right.
They purchased what is
So
now
what
rightfully
if-
theirs.
Wait, what if I want my thing back?
What if you rob someone, but you just leave a $5? Now, like perhaps this item was worth $500, but I left you money.
You should always do that.
I paid for this item.
You should always do that for when you get caught, so
Oh,
you
yeah.
can tell the judge that you thought you were buying it.
Not only that,
I thought we agreed
But
to a fair price
when
of
you
$5.
when you get
with a contract,
when you
write
get
up a
caught,
contract.
yeah, if you get caught, instead of going to jail, you get your money back, right? Like I'm not giving this back for free. I left
yeah.
you $5. Here's your television. Give me my $5.
That's actually this
just be irate. It didn't work anyways.
is new wave
Just give me my $5 and I'll be on my way.
thievery.
Yeah.
All right, moving on to a would you rather question from James on Patreon. Would you rather eat a soft shell taco or a hard shell taco?
Ooh, that's a really straightforward question.
Okay.
I was waiting for the twist.
So it's Tuesday night.
Taco
What are
Tuesday.
you what are you doing? How are you getting in on that?
Taco Tuesday.
This is
Yes.
this is one of the hardest questions we've had on the Spitballers.
Is it really?
It is because
I feel like everyone has. You got your
go-to.
your majority shell.
the problem is, I'll just say my piece. I prefer the crunch of a taco, a crunchy taco.
Okay.
But half of the time, crunchy tacos let me down because they just get destroyed.
They do.
You put one chomper on that thing, and now I've got pieces. Now I've got a taco salad in my lap. And so in that case, I'm like, just give me the soft taco. It's not as good, but it's never going to let me down.
The amount of times
Rick Astley.
I've had a forced conversion into a taco salad due to a hard taco.
It's about half of
It's
your
about
hot
half of
tacos.
the hard tacos. I will go with the soft shell taco. That's my favorite. I feel like it's more consistent, like you said. It's very easy to eat. It's one of the easiest to eat.
Very portable.
Now there is, I think, an answer to this question that goes beyond soft versus hard, and it's the pinnacle. In the Moore household, we take a soft corn tortilla
Okay.
and you lightly fry it up.
Okay.
It does not become a hard taco. It just becomes a fried soft shell.
Medium.
Yeah, I mean, it's not. It's still
Does
soft.
it look like a burrito at the end?
No. It's taco sized.
Yeah, I mean, because that's what you're supposed to do. Like if a true soft tortilla, you are supposed to give it a little bit of a fry.
If you fry up a soft tortilla, there
It's
is
delicious.
no one that should pick anything else. A fried soft tortilla is mwah. That was a
Okay.
chef's kiss.
It was, for those
It was a real kiss is what that was.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I've always been a soft shell guy. Now, you
Huh.
can't hear the ocean in it like you can a hard taco.
Wait, can you put the taco up to your ear and
You can hear
hear
a
the
hard
ocean?
shell, yeah.
Okay.
Can you call it a shell if it's a soft taco? I feel like that's not a soft shell. That's just like a soft taco.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Yeah.
The-
Where do you land, Mike?
The thing is, you can get the soft taco. It's easier to eat, and then there's chips, and
So you get the best of both worlds.
yeah, you can crunch, and if you want to get wild, put a chip in the left hand, put the taco in the right,
You can combo
and
them
then just
in the mouth.
double stuff.
Yeah,
Okay.
I mean, all you reminded me of there is the double decker, which is so good.
Oh, the Taco Bell?
Yeah, the Taco Bell double decker. It's answering this question with why not both.
Yeah, they did ask that question. They've
It's like-
answered a lot of questions
And you
about
want to
tacos.
know? They've done great work over there. Not a sponsor, should be a sponsor. Reach out, Mr. and Mrs. Taco Bell. I've never had a double decker that becomes a taco salad in my lap.
Now the
because the double
soft
decker
is
has
like,
the soft on the outside.
Oh, soft's on the outside, so it's a hard,
it's
crunchy shell.
reinforced with a shell that's going to hold together.
Right,
a
and
net, a little soft shell
Sure,
net.
yeah.
Soft shell net. And then they take the hard, crunchy taco. They put, I believe it's beans. I believe it.
Oh,
they
in
put-
between them?
In
Yeah.
between.
Wait, that's like the glue?
It's the glue. It's
Yeah, the paste.
the bean glue,
There you go. Yeah, bean paste.
bean
Yeah.
paste, and then soft shell, and it's
It's pretty good.
mwah! Chef's kiss.
You don't
And
have
it
words
does come
today.
out as bean paste. All right.
That's true.
Which of these two should I go with here, Al? I haven't looked at them yet.
The next one's a food one, so if you don't want to do another food one, go to the last one.
Rich from Patreon, would you rather be an old wizard or a young knight?
Oh,
That's the easiest question of all time.
yes.
Wait, you're both choosing young knight?
No.
No,
No.
why
Oh,
would we do
no.
that? One of these has magic.
Yes, one of them has magic, and
I feel like a wizard probably spends most of their time doling out wizard advice.
Do you know who
People
would
come for advice.
win in a fight between a knight and a wizard? It would never be the knight.
dude, so
Well, it's not. They're not fighting. It's what you want to be.
I want to be the winner of the fight.
over the summer, my family and I, we took a vacation. We went to Iceland, and
Okay.
we checked it out. And
It's down the street. Got it.
Yeah, I mean, just a little stroll. But part of that, I love when you go somewhere, you want to learn about the place. So they had some museums, and we went, learned about the history of Iceland, just some fascinating stuff. And, I mean, they're up in the Nordic area, so a lot of Viking stuff going on. And at the end of the museum, they have just like an area where you can put on, basically like looking like Viking stuff. So I put on a real chainmail vest.
Mithril?
Yeah, well, I thought mithril was the material.
Yeah, it is. And it's not real. Go on.
So
I was gonna say this.
I know the word. What's that, like Lord of the Rings stuff?
Yes, it is. It's a Lord of the
All right,
Rings.
well, whatever it was, I'd steal.
I would
iron-
just go with what you said you put on, which is chainmail. That's what it is.
But it was like it was long,
Okay.
very very long,
a dress.
and
Chain gown.
yes, but you could not sleep with this thing. It was so freaking heavy, and this was just the mail. This was
Not the armor
This
on
was
top.
not plate armor. This was an absolute. Once it was on, it was like, I guess I wear this forever, because you have the tiny little hole for your head. It does not stretch, and this thing weighs probably 50 pounds.
And then you got to put armor on top. So what you're saying
I'm
is,
telling you, I don't know. That was my takeaway after I put that on, and I'm holding a real weighted sword. Is I don't know how anybody did this.
They all fought at 1 mile an hour.
Because just to move, just to take a few steps wearing all of that stuff, you would have been exhausted.
so most knights they had to wear this heavy armor.
Yes.
And it seems like they died a lot.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Mostly from exhaustion.
Knights served for being killed. That was their job. This is why most knights have a horse. They can't walk, so they need to be carried.
But the horses sometimes wear armor too.
Yes.
They are fine animals, these horses.
But even sitting on a horse, weighing that, can we look up, can we try and find how much is a suit of armor? What was the average weight? And then imagine wearing that, and just, even if a horse is carrying you, just the core strength it would take to hold yourself up is ridiculous.
Yeah, and I don't know how many great things there are. Like the perks of being a knight. You get prestige, right? People look up to you. It's certainly an honorable status.
As long as you're not a bootleg knight.
And they're the only ones with the round tables, right? Because everybody else has square.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. They want to fit all of Arthur and his friends at the table. And usually you're going to get the fair maiden, right? I don't
That's
think
true.
the old wizard
No.
is really pulling in the
It's
maidens.
the old maiden.
Right.
By the way,
well,
are there
old-
young
sure.
wizards, or do they start old? Like,
think
can you
there's-
not become a wizard until you turn 80?
There is a lot of education that goes into becoming a wizard.
You ever seen
Oh, it's like getting a doctorate.
a
Yeah, but a
beardless-
lot of them.
You ever seen a beardless wizard?
No.
Never.
No. As soon as you get magic, the beard grows.
And does it instantly turn gray?
For sure. It's a gray bearded wizard. That's what a wizard is, unless you're in Harry Potter. But I do think that the perks that come with being a wizard are far more. Far more. First of all, I don't think they.
Do they die?
No, that's what I was going to say.
I was going to ask.
You don't die of old age as a wizard. You just don't. You
can stop that?
No, you just keep aging and stay alive.
Okay, so
I mean,
you just,
it's like you look at wizards in classic literature. It's like, how old are you? He could be 800 years old, and it's
Yeah,
like
you don't know.
Yeah, okay, that makes sense. You're a super old
Gandalf
wizard.
is always around.
Yeah, Gandalf.
He's just been there.
Well, he
Thousands
just
of
keeps
years.
coming back, too.
Yeah, you just change colors. You just, it's like
Gandalf the pink.
I'm Gandalf the blue. What's
Yeah.
up?
Like, I'm tired of this drab.
Is that like the equivalent of the 9 lives? They get the full
Yeah.
rainbow.
But you change outfits.
Like if you're going to, let's get this back to fighting. If you're
Okay, yes.
going into war and there's an army, I think Lord of the Rings. You got this knight. That knight's going to take on several people. He's not going 1-on-1. He's going 1-on-2, 1-on-3. The wizard's taking out hundreds of people.
Here's been my problem with wizards, is that they're always all powerful, but they're always rarely using it.
Yes.
So, like, for instance, if Gandalf is able to, be super powerful, why is it that he'll only use those powers every once in a while? Like,
Have
is
you
there
ever cast a level 4 fireball?
No, I've
Do you
never.
know what it
Exhausting.
takes?
How much mana does that take?
All of it. That's why the wizards have so many
So
vacations.
can they get killed?
wizards?
Yeah,
Oh,
like
yeah.
in a battlefield, if you let's say you miss on your fireball, like you've been saving up all this energy, you
Right.
fire it, whoops, I missed. How long till I cast a fireball, and can I be shot by an arrow?
Well,
I don't think arrows can get a wizard. It's
No?
got to be full impaling of usually an animal horn or another wizard. Those are the two ways to die. You can't die falling. We learned that
Another
in Lord
wizard
of the
can
Rings.
get you,
What's
or
that?
you said another
Wizard can definitely get
Wait,
you.
I thought in Lord of the Rings, I thought one of the wizards falls off the big tower. At least in the movie, right?
Yeah, I mean, we
He
see
doesn't
several.
die?
No, you can't die from falling. Gandalf
He's still
fell
alive
off a
to
I
bridge.
didn't
this
see
day.
that.
Yeah, for sure. He is still alive.
He's still alive.
Saruman.
He's just stuck in the ground.
yeah.
Well, he's just on the ground.
Just he was the arrow into the shield of the ground.
Well, I think we settled all that.
Yeah,
I guess
perfect.
wizard is
Choose
what we're
got it.
going with.
To answer your question, Mike, the average suit of armor is around 55 pounds, but could be up to 100 pounds.
Yeah. Good luck. And then you have your weapon. Like, how did this?
Which your
possibly work?
weapon's like another.
It's like I don't know, 10 to 15 pounds.
I mean,
No.
yeah.
Is a sword up to 15 pounds?
I don't know. Like
How would you?
I'm throwing out numbers here.
I got you.
Thank you.
I got you. Broadsword
Yeah.
weighs 3 to 5 pounds.
Okay,
Oh,
that
okay.
makes far more sense.
Okay. I mean, when you pick it up, you go, what does this weigh? 10 to 15 pounds?
But you're not whipping it around real quick. I mean,
Not-
you're
yeah.
swinging, you're catching your breath, and you're swinging it again.
People don't fence with broadswords.
No,
On guard.
that's true. And they don't fight in war with fencing swords. You haven't had a whole bunch of people running in there going like,
Just an army of fencers.
Well, because you can't be like, tap, you're out. Tap, tap, tap. You're out.
Someone should have taken this ball
think-
off the end of my sword.
I think Rufio tried that and it didn't end well.
No.
Too
No.
soon.
You
Yeah.
also should
R.I.P..
not declare you got hooky and then
looky.
before
All
you
right,
get him.
this is ridiculous. All right, we are moving on. Spitwads, do you know why free trials renew without your consent? Because it's a business scam to get you. To get you. Don't let greedy corporations pocket your money. Instead, grab the Rocket Money app and take control of your subscriptions. Look, you've got to check out Rocket Money. They help you manage and cancel subscriptions you don't need, want, or simply forgot about with just a tap. Does it sound familiar? That's because you've heard us talk about our favorite app, Truebill, before. And I'm going to let you know on a little secret. Truebill is now backed by Rocket Companies and just changed their name to Rocket Money. Why? Well, for one, Truebill has grown from a bill management app into a full-on personal finance empowerment tool that helps over 3.4 million people with budgeting, lowering their bills, canceling subscriptions, and more, saving each of their members an average of $700 a year. Bottom line, Rocket Money is everything I've ever loved about Truebill with a new look and feel. Start canceling your unused subscriptions and save money at rocketmoney.com/ballers. That's rocketmoney.com/ballers, or download the app from the Apple App Store or Google Play Store.
That's a great question.
Have we talked about that before? I feel like we have.
Have we gave
About-
commentary on the movie Hook?
Yeah, about poor Rufio. About Rufio goes in, he tries to be the hero and get Captain Hook, meets his demise, and then everyone else at
Forgot
the end of the
about
fight,
him.
they're just like, whatever, man. They like rolled him into the water and just moved on.
They were.
He was their leader,
Yeah, it was
and they don't give a crap about
no
Rufio.
respect at all.
Someone claimed his skateboard, and then everybody else moved on.
And then someone claimed his job. It's like,
Yeah.
okay, who's up?
They're like, we got Peter Pan now.
Pan the man.
There you go.
Pan the man.
But it wasn't even Pan that took over. Pan was like, "Yeah, you're too good for Rufio's job. What about that chunky kid?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Butterball.
yeah, Butterball. Wasn't he the one that?
I don't remember.
I think
Yeah, they
he's
did.
The
They
new
gave him.
Rufio.
They did put him back in charge.
My big takeaway was
Can we-
they moved on so fast from Rufio.
They did.
They just
From
celebrated.
who?
They exactly.
Yeah.
They celebrated upon his dead body.
That's true. Yeah, they did forget him. There was no ceremony or anything.
No, nothing.
No
Well,
goodbye.
they didn't have the body anymore. It's in the ocean.
All right.
Don't
For those
trip on
still
Rufio.
for those still with us, Bethany from Patreon. The 16-year-old version of you just moved in, and now your new roommate. And is okay. Hold on.
Want to try
Let's
reading
try
again?
this again. I can read. The 16-year-old version of you just moved in and is now your new roommate. What is the first thing the two of you would fight about? So the 16-year-old version of me just moved in and is my roommate?
Correct.
What would we fight about? This is another way of saying, what was the worst of you at 16?
Mm-hmm. It would probably be girl related for me. I would not want the 16-year-old to have other 16-year-old female friends over.
Okay,
and
so you got to
so
shut down the romance.
That would be the fighting.
I imagine that I would not enjoy talking to 16-year-old me who thought he was right about 100% of everything and never listened and was always upset.
Yeah, and that 16-year-old would be like, man, this guy, this older version.
I think we would both sit in silence and play video games and probably be best friends forever.
It's funny,
and never speak.
Mike's 16-year-old friend would be just fine.
That was my first thought, genuinely, was like, oh, man, we would play Sim 4 forever. Because I'd be like, oh, you know that game? He's
like, bro,
that's
I got the codes from the future. You have no idea. Unlimited cash.
I mean, we'd be happy playing his games. We'd be happy playing the games today. That was my first thought, was like, oh, man, we're going to play so many video games.
What about you, Al? How would 16-year-old Al Borland?
That'd be a problem.
I was a
Baby
lot
Al?
messier then, so
Oh, okay.
yeah, it would probably have something to do with tidiness.
I did think about that, of leaving crap out, but I'm not that much better.
I think Al would have a problem with all the police officers. Just constantly trying to get his younger self for stealing and all sorts of.
Just leave $5.
Yeah, we've taught you. How
You
to
can teach young Al Borland the trick.
New wave thievery, I believe.
When the police officer says, "I need that TV," you say, "Where's my $5?"
No, because the officer shows up. Hey, son, did you pay for that? Yes, I did.
Yeah.
And then
You bet I did.
Crap.
Shut the door.
Iron Mike from Patreon. Should milk cover all the cereal, or should cereal form an island on top of the milk? This is a good question. I wouldn't form it in that exact way, probably. I think. Let's start here. What do you put in first regularly? I'm 100% cereal first.
It is 100% cereal first. If you put the milk in first, that is a sociopath.
There is a reason for it.
Yeah, I had that way of thinking. I always put the cereal in first because it's just that's the order of operations that I was taught, and it was good enough for my dad and my dad's dad, and this is how we did cereal. And the people, I've seen it on the socials. They go milk first, and you put the cereal in, and you think, well, you're breaking the order of operations. This is highly illegal. I alert the authorities.
Mm-hmm.
But then you think about it.
It's worse.
But why? Your cereal stays crispy longer.
There's a couple reasons. Jason,
Give me
would you
another
like
one.
to begin this?
Why
or-
don't you start? I'll back clean up.
Why is yours better? Why the way we have always done it? Why is that better? Other than that's the way we've
No,
always done it.
I've got real
Yeah,
reasons.
go for it.
Well, it's saturation, Mike. It's about saturation of milk. Imagine you're eating for a moment a bowl of Chex cereal, maybe some Life cereal.
We talking rice checks or corn checks?
Irrelevant.
Let's go corn.
Let's go corn. You want?
I wouldn't be eating them.
You want?
Okay, let's go rice.
You want a level of permeation. You want the milk to almost create a little, a milk Chex combination that's like the milk was there to begin with. Like it's inside the Chex.
Okay.
Yeah, you definitely want the cereal to have the experience of the milk. When it's all floating on top, some of it's not even touching it. You say,
That's
well,
right.
my cereal stays crunchier longer. You know
Yeah.
how it stays the crunchiest? No milk.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Why
just
don't you
have some
just
dry cereal.
Pour it in a cup and then eat dry cereal, which is, don't hear what I'm not saying. That is fine and also really delicious. But
the
if you're
spoon
having
picks up the milk.
the cereal needs the pre-milk. You don't take an
Be
Oreo.
pre-milked?
You don't take an Oreo and as quick as you can put it in milk and take it out and then
That's
take
right.
a bite.
That's
you
right.
put it in the milk and you leave it in the milk to have the magic that happens when milk saturates crunchy things. So you have to put the cereal in first. When you're pouring the milk, I don't just pour it in one spot. I'm
You don't just go
pouring
in the center like a volcano?
No, I'm pouring
I
it
actually
over
go center.
all of
milk volcano.
Well, upgrade. Pour it and get front to back, left to right, top to bottom. Spread that milk
Look,
out.
I'm not saying it's perfect because I've done the big mistake that can happen here is you go too much of the cereal and you don't kind of and so you get soggy because you can't eat it fast enough. So you don't want to put too much in the bowl before the milk. You have to have a balance, and it's completely dependent on the cereal of choice.
Oh, yeah. Some get soggier quick.
Yeah, like Life cereal, which is, by the way, Cinnamon Life, delicious.
So good.
One of the best cereals on earth. That's one that you'd want to not fill the whole bowl. You want to go about half, eat it. I mean, maybe if you can keep up really fast.
That's what I was going to say. If
Bigger
you fill
spoon.
If you fill the whole bowl, you just need to eat faster. You need to be aware of what you've done and say, I'm shoveling now. And, get eaten
And you can eat that fast. You can eat Cinnamon Life very fast.
Do you go? So your silverware, right? There's always little spoon, big spoon.
Mm-hmm.
That's just I've
Yes, of course.
all silverware comes like that.
Yeah, another thing we've done forever.
Do you go big spoon?
Of course.
I have never used a big spoon.
I have never. They're way too big.
There's no point to.
They're too big.
Soup sounds like it'd be great in a big
You
spoon.
go small spoon?
The big spoon's
Guys,
too big.
guys, open your minds.
No, it's
And
open
your mouths.
mouths. You got to stretch your cheeks out.
Do you know how much more milk you get in per bite?
I'm telling you,
It's way better, man.
No,
No,
I've
you're
tried.
cutting the sides of your
Look,
your
I'll
lips.
You
I'll
want to know
pour
how I
them-
got these scars?
Yeah, because I used the big spoon.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, you got to go. I'm not talking about a serving spoon. I don't know what you guys are talking
No,
about.
I think
you
that-
small-mouthed weirdos.
I am so happy
Regular
this
mouth.
is coming out because I think the majority of the people are with us, Mike. I really do. I think that
Fools.
most people do not use the big
Look,
spoon.
Why do they give us? They're way too big.
They're not too big.
The reason they give you the
They
big
are.
spoon.
They're too big.
Al, what do you use?
The small spoon.
Come
Yeah.
on!
There
You're
are only
crazy.
two purposes to the big spoon. One, scooping something like ice cream. Okay, I'm going to use that.
Wait, do
over-
you eat your ice cream with a small spoon?
I use the big spoon to scoop, and then I grab a small spoon to eat.
You eat your ice cream with a small spoon?
I
eat
eat
everything.
everything with the small spoon.
I use the big spoon for everything.
There is
Soups, cereals, ice cream. No wonder I eat so much quantity.
there is nothing I would use the big spoon for.
They're not in there for show, man. Get one out and
No,
use it.
There is a second purpose. The second purpose outside of scooping or
to
presenting.
sell them.
Well, sure. I mean, people want the two. It's display. It's it's a great look on a table.
Yeah.
But it's also for when you are out of the small
That the-
spoon. That is the only time I
It's
have.
a backup spoon
It
and
is
it's
a
bigger.
backup spoon.
And I would rather go.
I've eaten with a serving spoon one time. I've done the cereal because I was out of the spoons.
I will go.
It's a
into-
good time.
I will go into the dishwasher.
Yeah.
I will get a dirty small spoon and I will wash it.
Guys,
by
I've
hand
done that.
Before you use the big spoon?
before I use a big
The
spoon.
big spoon is
I
not.
will
Listen,
never.
listen, I'm telling you. You think you will like Oreos, right? Then you realize double stuffed Oreos are better. It's the same principle with cereal and the big spoon. You get double the milk
You are-
per bite.
You're so wrong. When I go to
You
a
can
restaurant,
barely get any milk in
when
the
I go
little
to a
spoon.
restaurant and they give me that size spoon with my soup, I'm like, well, I can't eat. I got to drink it from the bowl now.
You have got somebody's got to try this. Al, will you give it a go?
No, he's
Probably not.
He's just let us know in the Slack here that when he's out of the little spoons, he goes to the plasticware.
Look, to me,
Sure,
those are
yeah.
guys. Those are grown up. When I was a
Because
kid, I
never
used the
big-
kid spoon.
never
when I'm
big
a,
spoon.
When I'm a grown up, I use the grown up spoon.
No, that's
what it is. It's kids and grown ups.
That's not a grown-up spoon. That's an Andre the Giant spoon.
Yeah. Never big
not.
spoon.
He got in with the spoon makers. and said,
Hashtag big spoon.
Hashtag
Put it-
never big spoon.
No, you didn't do hashtag small spoon.
No.
You went hashtag never big
Because
spoon.
that's the truth of it. I will do anything else. I'll use a fork for my cereal.
You guys
before
are
a big
missing
spoon.
out.
The truth is, it's not a small spoon. It's a perfect spoon.
Yes, it's a real
yes,
spoon.
yes,
you have a
thank you.
spoon and a big spoon. Hashtag never
I
big
couldn't-
spoon.
This is the final episode of the show. I'm telling you, I will never go small spoon. I've done it before, and I feel like I'm some small ant.
I think you're alone. I'm
I'm not alone.
I mean,
Go, Al.
We
You
got
got to
it.
take a poll of this
yeah,
office.
Yep, we'll get a poll on Twitter too.
All right. Do we have time for another one of these?
I thought I was the only one, brother.
But the thing is like I've never really asked. I've never opened up.
Yeah, because
the question.
we've lived in the shame of the little spoon.
But we've all experienced how awful the big spoon is.
It's not awful. It's amazing.
It's so heavy.
It's not heavy.
Oh man, you gotta put it one side in first in your mouth, and then
What are you guys? You guys buying salad spoons?
No, it's regular spoons.
All right, listen. All I'm asking, I'll pay for a box of cereal for you. Just do it once.
But what will you pay for the dental bill?
Look, you can have the whole bowl of cereal in one spoonful. It's awesome. All right, we're going to draft. Spitwads, listen up. If you are hiring for your business all on your own, this is like trimming your beard with a butter knife. It's not going to work. You want to give yourself a gift, and, well, you can do that with Indeed. And here is why. Indeed is the hiring platform where you can attract, interview, and hire all in one place. You don't have to spend hours on multiple job sites looking for candidates with the right skills because you can do it all, every little bit of that from Indeed. You can find top talent fast. Look, I love Indeed. It's what makes hiring very simple for our business. It's in one easy-to-use place. And look, it just makes everything so simple. Hiring doesn't have to, it's already hard to find somebody. Might as well use a platform that combines everything together. Indeed knows when you're growing your own business, you have to make every dollar count. And that's why when you sponsor a job, you only pay for quality applications from resumes in their database, matching your job description. You can visit Indeed.com/ballers to start hiring right now. Just go to Indeed.com/ballers. Indeed.com/ballers. Terms and conditions do apply. Cost per application pricing not available for everyone. Need to hire? You need Indeed.
The Spitballers Draft.
Hashtag Big Spoon. All right, we're drafting the coolest fictional monsters. Jason, you have the very first pick. What are you going with? Is there a one-on-one to you?
There is a one-on-one because of the description of the draft. It's the coolest.
Yeah.
And to me, there's one fictional
There's a clear one-on-one.
monster
Really?
type that is the coolest because it's rare for a monster to be portrayed anything other than just awful and evil and, destroying this thing and killing those people. But this thing is so cool that
it does all those
while it does
things.
do all of those terrible things, sometimes it's the protagonist. I got people riding my monster. I'm taking dragons.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, when I searched my mind for what the coolest was,
It's a dragon.
it was pretty quick to find the dragon.
Oh, man.
Fire breathing, and let's be honest. I mean, there's movies where that's the main character is the lovable dragon.
Well, you've got me concerned about my number one pick here in the draft already because you put a big focus on the cool factor.
Yeah, well, that was the draft title. Coolest fictional monsters.
Well, I
wouldn't worry about that. After that, it's just these are my favorites.
To me, the coolest fictional monster ever made is the alien from Aliens.
The xenomorph?
The xenomorph. The main alien. It's terrifying. It's unique. I think it's cool.
Yeah. No,
It's not. You can't ride it.
Certainly
goes-
on my
goes
list. You
through
do
all the
not want
progressions.
to try to ride a xenomorph.
No.
They'll put a spider
It-
in your belly
it-
or on your face.
It rides your face, yes.
And they don't have fire breathing, but they do breathe another little mouth onto you.
Yeah, and because
It barfs a mouth onto you.
well, I was thinking that the alien queen, she probably uses the big spoon.
Oh, for sure. Her
'Cause of
mouth's
them-
gigantic.
Because her mouth has another mouth inside.
But the little mouth uses the little spoons,
Yes.
Andy, do you
which is
have-
how they're really made. Grown-ups and babies.
Do you
You're both babies.
just a larger mouth than we are aware of? Like,
No, this is not. Everybody can use it. You're intimidated.
Oh, no.
It's a
It's
trick
like-
of the eye.
it's like my teeth come down on the side of the big spoon. I can't even fit it between my teeth.
I want to know. I hope I go to your house, and I hope you've bought the biggest big spoons that anybody's ever made, and they're not normal big spoons. That's my only hope. But I'm going with
All
the xenomorph, the alien from Aliens.
It's on the list. It's a fantastic monster. All right. So coolness factor, it's definitely in there. These are not I have the 2 picks, so I don't know which one I actually would want first, but I'll start with this one. I'm going to go with the sandworm from Dune.
Oh, that's
Because
so good.
That monster is awesome.
You got a scale there. He's
Not-
the big spoon of worms.
He is not on my list. I am so disappointed because that monster
It's fantastic. Like
he's planet-sized.
the idea that you have the creature going through the sand like it's water. Like
Yeah.
that's just fun.
That's
by
cool.
itself.
That's cool.
And then the scope, the overall size of the sandworm. It just
The teeth?
yes,
The teeth
terrifying.
that become religious knives? I mean, goodness gracious, that's a great pick.
So I will go with the sandworm.
Is
What
that
did you
all he's
say?
called?
What did you say?
Yeah,
They
The
become what?
Religious knives? Have you seen Dune?
Yeah, but
The knives of I forget what
the teeth become
Yes.
used. I got you.
yeah, the teeth separate by the humans. There's a prophecy of
All right.
what those teeth knives
right.
do.
and with my second pick, I will go. Funny enough, we were talking about pirate ships because I'm going to take the Kraken.
Oh, define what is a kraken?
So a Kraken is a
It's what you do with a whip.
yes, yes. That's how you start. It's almost like a giant octopus type
Okay.
creature,
But it's got a
and-
big old monster
and,
face.
well, and they're gigantic, and they sink your pirate ship.
Okay, so you're going with the
I-
kraken. No, it's good. It's got a good name. I mean, that's a great
it
name.
does, and you
good
can,
branding.
You can release the Kraken.
Oh, you can release it. You can't
And-
put it. You can't
No.
put it away.
You can be a baseball kraken. Let's see.
What?
There's a
It's
It's
baseball
not
team, right?
baseball.
Is that not? Is it?
No, it's hockey.
Oh,
man.
hockey, whatever. They're all stupid.
The
Oh, I thought you
Seattle Kraken.
I thought you were back to the sound that the bat makes.
Yeah, I thought you were making more jokes.
Just
Yeah.
going onomatopoeia.
All right, so you're going with the
Sandworm
dune
and
worm.
the kraken.
Yeah,
Yep.
dune worm.
Well,
It's all
is
the
there,
same.
no, there's a name to that, isn't
I think
there?
they just call it the sandworm, right?
That's good.
no,
I'm
there's
not
a
like-
name.
All right, so
Look it up.
I have one pick, right? So I'm going to go with what I think is one of the coolest to see visually. It's also immortal. It also looks like the sun. I'm going with the phoenix.
Oh,
Okay.
I'm going with the phoenix, the bird that when you kill it, it's just reborn. It can't be killed. It's made of fire.
I love a phoenix. I don't view a
It
phoenix
rises from the ashes.
much as a monster. Has a phoenix ever done anything bad? Because I feel like it can
Probably.
heal.
Oh, do I need to pivot? Is that
No,
not
no,
a
no.
monster?
I will allow the phoenix. I'm just saying, like when I
Well,
was
once you said coolest, I started thinking about cool monsters.
Phoenix is cool.
A bat is your perspective. I
Yeah.
mean, like in the Harry Potter when they're using the phoenix for stuff, I don't think
I think there's
Voldemort
been
thought
some-
it was very cool.
No.
He
So
thought
if
it
you're
was-
evil, it's pretty.
Just saying.
I think
One man's monster is another man's
I've
hero.
heard some rumors about some pretty off the beaten path phoenixes flying
Ooh.
around.
and shady stuff.
Yeah, like gangs of them and stuff.
Lighting
and
everything on fire, just
they-
leaving a trail
They
of
steal.
fire.
They don't leave any money.
Ooh, old school stealing.
Yeah.
old school stealing. Classic thief. Shy Halud.
Vintage. It's
That's
vintage
right.
thievery.
The name of the worm is Shy Halud.
oh,
This is
thank you.
Shia LaBeouf.
Shia LaBeouf is
That's
the
the
name of the famous worm in Dune. So you have drafted Shia LaBeouf and
The worm.
Cracking the Whip.
All right, so I went with the Phoenix. Jason, you get 2 picks.
All right, well, I'm going to stick with the cool factor because when I saw this monster in cinema the first time, it was just like, whoa. It was
When did you first see this monster?
20 years ago.
Yeah, it was probably about 20 years ago.
I know what it is.
It's a Balrog.
The boxer from Street Fighter.
No, the from the shadows of the deep
Okay.
in Lord of the Rings.
Yeah,
Just
it's
that
like a demon with fire
the
tennacles.
demon fire monster from Lord of the
And he
Rings.
just looks like a devil thing, right? He's got
Yeah,
the
yeah.
horns.
shadow
He's
and
huge.
fire.
He's huge.
Yeah, and you know how they combated that? Only a wizard.
That's right.
There was not like get the knight up in here, try to fight a Balrog. Not happening.
Mostly running.
you fools.
Yeah, so they ran.
Yeah, and you know who didn't? Who didn't pass? Who shall not pass? The Balrog. Thanks to the wizard.
The wizard didn't pass either. I mean,
Well, he fell, so he was
passed on.
fine. he fell a long way, so he was absolutely fine. Just changed colors. All right. So I have.
I found this gray gown while I was falling.
I have dragons and Balrog, the shadow demon from Lord of the Rings, and I'm gonna go with name brand here because this was actually top of my list.
Okay.
When I think of like classic cool monsters, no one's had more movies. No one's been, apparently cool to me is you can be the bad guy and you can be the good guy.
Oh.
But Godzilla
Godzilla is very neutral.
Godzilla is here to destroy and here to help. So it's
just a matter of perspective.
It's just a matter of perspective. So I will have Godzilla, dragons, and Balrog.
Godzilla he's very classic.
He's just not that cool, man.
Yeah,
He's just not shaped right.
He's got a laser beam from his mouth.
Yeah, I thought they did a pretty good job. The newest, so they have the MonsterVerse, and where he breathes the fire directly into the monster's face, that part was pretty cool. You're like, oh, okay, Godzilla's doing some serious work there.
Bad heartburn.
Yes, get that man a Prilosec.
Yeah.
And
14
a mint.
And also a way to get his head back on.
All right, so for my third pick, I'm going to go with a simple, cool werewolf.
Oh, werewolf was my next pick.
Was it? Yeah, because
werewolf is awesome.
I mean, werewolves are, first of all, just in cinema and in story, they've taken kind of different shapes and forms, and just how that werewolf looks. But, you get to be kind of normal for half the time, and then, the full moon comes out and get a little hairy, and one thing leads to another, and you're eating things.
Yeah, and you don't remember any of it.
Yeah.
They're very cool.
Werewolves are awesome and vicious, and the only downside for werewolves to me is the werewolf from Harry Potter. They've ruined it.
Everything is Harry Potter.
No, I'm just saying that was the worst werewolf.
I don't remember the werewolf.
Good for you, man.
Explain. So
I don't think that werewolf was bad.
the werewolf in that movie
The
was
shape?
Yeah, there was this skinny, scrawny.
That's what I'm saying. Go look in some literature. They got them all shapes and sizes.
So
Yeah, it's ugly.
he needed to eat.
Yeah, he needed to
Big
put on,
spoon some stuff, man. Get it. Get a big spoon, you skinny werewolf. All right, Mike, you're up.
All right, so I got my final two picks. Oh man. So the first one I'm gonna go with. I am fascinated by the tale of this monster. I'm going with Krampus. And if you are not familiar with the story of Krampus, it is a European story. Maybe Germany. Don't quote me exactly, but essentially what Krampus is he's like the anti-Santa Claus, where if you are a good child, then Santa Claus comes and brings you the presents.
In America, if you're bad, you get coal.
Right. And but over in where Krampus lives, he shows up, puts you in a bag, and then takes you home and eats you.
Sorry, children. Should have been better. You got eaten by Krampus.
You don't really learn from that as much.
You
don't get a redo the next year. Cole, you're like, maybe I get presents next year. This one's more of a permanent.
Do you think that's why kids are so bad in America?
Oh, because they
because they
have
get the
Krampus?
chance.
They don't get eaten when they're bad.
Yeah.
All right. Mike, one more pick.
All right. So with my final pick, I'm going to go.
Oh, man.
Man. This is tough. I'm going to go with there's so many on the list where if we end the draft and this monster is not selected, it feels shameful.
You can change that right now.
I can. But I'm just going to go good old-fashioned zombies.
Okay.
I love zombie movies. They are my favorite of all the monster-esque type of movies. Turns out that humans we're the real monsters. It's not actually the zombies. But the idea of
That's just me snoring your social commentary on zombies. I'm sorry. I didn't need the lore lesson, but go on.
but in movies where it's just the walking zombies, please. The running zombies.
What about swimming?
They're too terrifying.
Have there ever been swimming zombies?
The
flesh is all probably coming off in the water.
The running zombies can continue to run underwater, I believe.
What about skipping?
Well, no, they're not coordinated enough for
Nor
a skip.
happy enough.
But they need to be. They need to be just slow, very dumb, and just that's where they get you. Is there's just so many of them, and eventually you're overwhelmed.
Yeah. All right, I will go with. I'm going to go with the Demogorgon from Stranger Things.
Oh, that's a great pick.
That's great.
Apparently, I'm a big fan of like mostly mouth for a monster face because the Demogorgon is just a big old gaping like
It's a flower
fly trap
that opens
of
up.
teeth. Like it will, but it's so crazy, creepy, cool. It's just it's my final pick.
It's difficult, I think, to break into the scene with a new monster,
Right.
and have it like change the culture of, well, this is now a monster that we all agree exists now forever.
Yeah, I mean,
Demogorgon.
people that have never watched Stranger Things, whether it be just people who haven't seen it or children,
Right.
they know what a Demogorgon is. It's broken into the culture, and I am really sad that was not on my list. Between the Dune Worm and the Demogorgon, those are like, why are they not on my list?
Well, they've been drafted.
Well, I'm saying coming into the draft.
Yeah,
I'm disappointed
you're
in myself.
Kind of a dummy Gorgon.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna go with my final pick
Are you?
here, and I'm gonna take this monster because again,
You're gonna pay respect.
it's not paying respect. It's just so cool. Honestly, I don't know if I've ever even seen the whole movie. I don't need to. I know how cool this monster is. It's the Predator.
Oh, okay.
The Predator with the dreadlocks and the
shoulder laser cannon.
Yeah,
the camouflage.
The fact that you could be invisible. I mean, an invisible dreadlocked killer. Come on, that's as cool as monsters get to me.
Well, and then
also has a face that opens up.
yeah, it does. Yeah, it does with big old fangs. Really creepy. Glad they don't exist.
Yeah, I'm glad the whole list doesn't exist.
Not the Phoenix. I want a Phoenix for a pet.
Well, that's because it's not a monster.
Yeah, probably. All right, Mike went with Dragon, Balrog, Godzilla, Predator. I have Xenomorph, Phoenix, Werewolf, Demogorgon. Mike has a Sandworm, Kraken, Krampus. He likes that language. Krampus, Kraken, and then the zombie.
It's a good, strong case.
What was left off your list that you said was a shame if it
it's
wasn't
the Yeti.
drafted? Oh,
I
see,
mean, like Bigfoot is the OG.
it's not really a monster.
I've always
What?
thought the Yeti was it's like the ice Bigfoot.
Yes,
Okay.
but Bigfoot is a Yeti.
But like,
The
It is?
abominable snowman is a
I
Yeti.
thought they were cousins.
you're telling me you're not putting a leash on that thing and bringing him home?
Bigfoot.
Yeah,
Yeah,
good luck.
Yeti. I've
King-
seen him, the Hendersons.
They didn't put a leash on him.
No, but I'm
he
saying
was a friend.
it was a free friend.
I put a leash on all my friends. King Kong,
That's a good one.
Dracula,
Yeah.
Pale Man from
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
I got a basilisk.
what's
Okay.
it say it again?
I got Hydra. All the necks and heads, cut them off, and
Yep.
more grow. And then my personal favorite that I knew would be here at the end, if my list was taken, was Sully from Monsters Inc.
Oh,
So
I see what you did there.
he's a monster. He's pretty
yeah.
cool.
Then I also had
Centaurs?
I had the Minotaur on
Yeah.
there, and I had the Boogeyman.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Because what exactly is the
Yeah,
Boogeyman?
that's a good final question.
I don't know, but I'm scared of
the
the Boogeyman.
Boogeyman is whatever you're scared
Yeah.
of.
I think, the Boogeyman might be made of darkness.
Yeah.
Just like
Just pure shadow.
just like a shadow man.
like that. The paint where it's so black that it just takes all light away.
Mm-hmm.
You ever seen a room painted like
Good
that?
to think
I
about.
have.
That's where the Boogeyman lives.
Right in there.
Boogeyman painted that room. That's his bedroom.
What did we learn today?
The Boogeyman has a bedroom.
I learned-
Honestly, I definitely learned that I'm alone in using a giant spoon, apparently, which is the normal spoon to be used.
It
is
It is not.
Oh, I will be asking people
That's a
very
serving
shortly.
spoon. I learned that if you give money when you steal objects, it's really buying
Just purchasing
objects
things, yeah.
And
for a great deal.
I learned I got to figure out how I can hang out with 16-year-old Mike.
You sound so cool.
We're just gonna be bros.
All right, that is it for the show. Thank you for tuning in. Please tell your friends if you enjoy the Spitballers podcast, and back with a new one next week.
Goodbye.
Thanks for listening to the Spitballers podcast. To see what other nonsense the guys are up to, check out SpitballersPod.com.